that there were about 24,000 songs that were released every single day in the world. So that's about 16.666666 songs for every single minute for all of you music junkies out there. For some of us, we might not get to hear all of those songs, but we will get to hear the hits. And every single one of you has been given a unique music flavor profile, and you prefer a different kind of music. So you'll have your favorite songs that you want to hear, but then someone else will have their own favorite songs that they want to hear too. Back in 2017, a group called Gizmodo wanted to try and figure out what was the absolute best hit and the absolute best song that was ever written in the world. So what they did is they brought together scientists and neurologists, and they tried to figure out scientifically what was the best song that was ever written. Do you want to know what it was? It was Africa by Toto. I thought that was a little startling too. Africa by Toto. But apparently, what they say is that the insiders in a certain industry, they're the people that will tell you who the best people are and who's the best people to look to. And for musicians, Toto are apparently very hardcore, dedicated musicians and actually write really good music. What those scientists concluded, though, and conceded to, is that the best way to test a song is still by the human ear and the human brain. What we've been given today in Revelation 5 is we've been given an inside look at the songwriter of the universe's studio. And we get a glimpse into the massive stage that is the kingdom of heaven. Who's on it? What the angelic choir is singing up in heaven to. And we get a little bit of a glimpse of what you are being welcomed into once you get into heaven. What's part of the practices, what gains inspiration for their music, and what they do with it too. Now, John sees this whole vision as it's being revealed right in front of him. And being revealed right in front of him is one person who is sitting on a throne. And in his hand, it says that there's a scroll. It's got writing on the outside of it, but it's also got writing on the inside of it. And it's bound up, sealed up 7 times. Now, theologians and Bible scholars throughout the ages have tried to figure out exactly what is in this scroll. Some people think that it might be the book of life. That it's all the names of the people who will be saved in the future, and that after it's been revealed as it comes to be, that is the names and what the people that are written on that scroll. Some scholars believe that it might just be the Old Testament, and the one who's on the throne is the one who actually can interpret the Old Testament rightly and will get the people where they need to go. As we start to read a little bit more into Revelation, especially once the seals start to get opened in Revelation 6 and 7, we start to find out the best understanding of it is that this scroll contains just the future. Plans of judgment and redemption on God's part that's been set in motion by Christ's death and resurrection on the cross and is being raised from the grave, just like we celebrated on Easter. No matter what is on the inside of this scroll, it's really important. A mighty angel sure thinks so too. He starts blasting around, who is worthy to open this scroll? And after search, no one can. Not a single thing in heaven, not a single man or woman on earth, not even anything under the earth can open the 7 seals. And not even anyone was able to read what was on this scroll, on the inside or the outside of it either. And this leads John to start weeping. Tears are shed. He starts crying. Not a single person in the world that he knows can open this scroll or know the future. And for John, who's having this vision revealed to him to share with 7 churches throughout Asia Minor, Pergamum, Sardis, Thyatira, Philadelphia, Laodicea, all of these churches, all of these real people in real places with real events, he wants to know how those churches and those people who he has cared for throughout all of his life, how they're going to fare when persecution is coming into their church. And now no one is able to open or tell him what is going to happen to all of those people that he cares about. So he weeps. He breaks down. Because all of those people that he cares about, he doesn't have an exact answer what's going to happen to them. But then an elder comes and tells him, don't weep. There's not room for tears in heaven. Instead, what you have to do is you have to look for the Lamb who's coming from the tribe of Judah, who's from the root of Jesse. He has triumphed over all death. He alone is the one who can open the scroll and open those 7 seals. So John must turn around, and he must be expecting to see this great, gigantic lion, but what does he see instead? He sees a lamb that looks like it's been to hell and back. He sees a lamb standing, not flattened, not defeated by death or sin, but it is standing. It's ready for action. And he stands in the center of a circle that's containing 4 living creatures, 24 elders. And he emerges from that circle and he walks right up to the throne of the one who's sitting in there, and he plucks that scroll right out of his hand. This is more than just a King Arthur getting the sword out of the stone type of thing. This is the one who was worthy, the Lamb who was slain, because for everyone's salvation, he has the authority and the worthiness and the power to be able to take that scroll right from the one who's sitting on that throne. He's powerful enough to do this, and it's because he was slaughtered and slain that he was worthy to walk up to that throne and take the scroll. And once everyone sees this, they start to sing. It turns into a concert. You see this, right? Thousands upon thousands, myriads upon myriads, they start to turn this thing into a concert. It's a stirring image. It's got more people there than Coachella. It's got more people there than the Gasparilla Festival, and it's got better music too. It's not just a concert where you can go up to some of the stages and sample some of the songs. They're not just there for the hits. Every single person there is singing, and they're there in attendance because they want to see the Lamb. And they're in it for the long haul in this concert in heaven because the Lamb has won this for them. These are songs of praise. It's not forced upon them. It's from pure hearts, and they sing. And they sing boldly, "You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals, because you were slain. And with your blood, you purchased men for God from every tribe and language and people and nation. You have made them to be a kingdom and priests to serve our God, and they will reign on earth." This is a concert you don't want to miss out on. But many people do. Sometimes they'll give you curt answers like, "Pastor, I can't sing. Maybe I don't even want to go to heaven," after hearing what heaven's all about. Maybe they'll give you another sort of answer that sounds really precise or eloquent too, but then it ends up just sounding like that exact same logic, and it doesn't really add up. This is probably as good as any time to ask the question of all of us. This is what the people in heaven thought the lion coming from the tribe of Judah was worth. So what is God worth to you? Is he worth a Sunday morning? Is he worth a repost of a Bible verse onto Facebook or Instagram every once in a while? Is he worth just a perusing on the My Promise to Peace card and see, maybe these are all right, but I've got better things to do in my life that are going on too? It's worth asking the question, what is this Christ who has done this for you? What is it worth to you? How much is he worth to you? You know, the angel asked a verbal question that never got an immediate answer. He asked, who is worthy? Not who is bold enough, not who is strong enough, not who is even willing to surrender themselves to it. The angel asked the people and everyone in humanity, who is worthy? Alexander the Great was willing. Genghis Khan was willing. Charlemagne was willing. Napoleon was willing. Hitler was willing. Many people, when you give them truth serum too, are willing to take praise and honor and glory and power forever and ever. But that's not what the angel's asking. The angel's asking who is worthy. And that's Jesus alone. Because he is the Son of Man who completed the work of salvation. Jesus has the power to direct the history of the world toward its conclusion on Judgment Day. The thousands upon thousands who don't seem to think that he should be restricted on anything that is worthy in the world, they sing his praises. They give him all praise and all honor and all glory and all power forever and ever because they think that he is worth it. He's worth that time. The Lamb who was slain and the one who is sitting on the throne. They answer the question for us. What is God worthy of? And it's everything. That's what it says, doesn't it? Worthy of everything. There's nothing in our lives that doesn't deserve to be in the Lamb's hands. He can ask for everything because he gave everything for us. He can ask of our time because he gave his time for us and lived the perfect life that we could not here on this earth. And because he's eternal, he's got time to give. He can ask for our talents because he gave them to us on loan from the Father of all good things so that we can use them in this world and bless other people because of it. He can ask for all riches because they come from his unlimited storehouse. And he gave his perfect wealth, his perfect life, and his perfect blood, which is worth so much more than gold. Jesus is worthy of our everything. And this concert helps us to see it clearly. Now, I want to give you guys 3 application points that you can take from this text today, too. Some people get messed up with trying to look through all the symbolicness in Revelation, but here's 3 application points that we can take away from Revelation today. The first one is this, is that we are not the only voice that is in the world. Let me present it to you this way. How many of you would just go out in public and start singing more often if you knew that there was going to be someone doing it with you? I think if you polled every single person who comes and helps sing with our choirs when we have it around like Christmas and Easter, none of them are willing to do it alone, but they're willing to do it because they know that there are going to be other people with them. God's given us our vocal cords to use them, and not just in praise and worship, but also just to use them. To proclaim good news. And sometimes we can get alarmed and we fret that we might be the only voice that is left in the world that is saying the same things that these angels are in heaven. Or maybe even just some of the same people in this room that are saying some of the same things about what we see in the world. And we pray for courage for others to share what they know to be true about the gospel. But what about you? Does what you see on TV, your window into the universe, or social media lead you to speak up, or does it want you to clamor down and turn down? In a very, very noisy world, in a large din of shouts and acclamations and all kinds of information, boiling over anger, general aggression and fatigue, what voice needs to be shouted louder? And does having thousands upon thousands of voices singing the same tune as you encourage you? Does that circle of voices around the throne and around the Lamb that marks believers of all time give you encouragement that you're not the only voice in this world? I hope it does. That's one application of this text. Another one that we can take is that we can take comfort in a very vague future. The angel asked the question, who is able to open this scroll and open its seals? No man or woman was capable of opening the scroll that's in the man's on the throne's hand. And it seems like this scroll tells the future. And what's clear from what John sees is that no person is capable of knowing that future or controlling it either. As human beings on this side of creation, we can't know what the future is going to hold. And God gives us hints, really. He does give us things to look for to confirm that we are living in the end times, as he says. And it goes throughout the Gospels and it goes throughout the New Testament for things to look for Judgment Day. And as we're ushered into the heavenly concert that will find our spot that matches our exact same pitch too. That day is coming. Jesus knows when it will be. And we can take comfort in knowing that he is the one that is going to usher it. That he is the one who is working and controlling the world and is reigning over all things, and he knows that his children are going to come home to him too. Because that's how he's controlling the future of the world. For the benefit of his church and for the benefit of his believers as well. You don't have to know everything about the future or what it will bring, but God knows. And God knows that it's perfect. And God knows that it's perfect for you. And that the promises that he's made for you in the future that you'll have in heaven with this concert choir are good for you. And that's where you'll be. That's the second thing you can take away from this text. The last one is this. You have to know your rights, knowing what this lamb did for you and what that's earned for you. Now you have the right to go to God in prayer. Because that lamb, who was slain but is still standing, is testifying to the fact that he died for you to the Father, and he is interceding on your behalf with all of your prayers in heaven. You have the right to go to your God in prayer. You also have the right to be in heaven because of what this lamb has done for you. And you can be almost cocky to anyone you know about this because you know exactly where you're going. You're going to be in heaven. Amongst all the myriads and all the 10,000s and 10,000s who are in unison and know the words to the songs and don't have to worry about sounding out of tune, and they know that they belong there. Because they're not the only voice in the world that's saying these things. And they know that they're not the only people that believe these things too. There's believers of all time who are saying this is true. And we believe that this Jesus is worthy of all glory and acclaim and praise and honor along with you. And that this is your future someday based on what you know. The one who is declared to be worthy has made you worthy because of his perfect life and innocent suffering and death. And those 99 angels that are rejoicing over the one person who repents and believes are singing a new song. A song of sins forgiven. And a song of a better future that belongs to you and those who believe in him. You saw a glimpse of the concert that's going on in heaven and the praises that are there. You got a glimpse of your future this morning. I hope it encourages you. Amen. Please stand.